If you're in a relationship and you're just exhausted by it, all right, number 4. If you're in a relationship and you're just exhausted by it, and you're relieved when your partner is gone, you're in a one-sided relationship. Listen, anytime you are feeling relieved when your partner is gone, that is a bad sign.
Terrible.
If you need to get away from your partner on a regular basis,
To feel some relief.
just to feel relief, that's a bad sign.
That's a bad sign.
It's a really bad sign. That means that there's something seriously wrong in the relationship, and you need to really try to dig and find out what it is, or maybe you need to get out of it. Fix or flee.
Huh? Exactly. Because, let me just say this. Listen, I could be tired by myself.
Yeah.
I don't need you to be tired with. I got to look after you, deal with you, my kids, household, job, and all that. And I'm exhausted, but I feel relief when you gone. Hell, I might well be by myself.
Yeah. It's a bad sign. And it could be mental exhaustion or emotional exhaustion. That every time,
Or physical.
Every time they're around you, you just feel this anxiety, and it builds up, and all that stress builds up in you, and you're dealing with it on a consistent and constant basis.
Yeah.
It's just going to lead to a point where either you're going to leave the situation or you're going to continue to stay with it and just succumb to it.
Yeah, you be walking shell of a person, like a walking zombie. And who wants to live that kind of life? We have a short one, people. You get what I'm saying? And 1/4 of it, you're going to live old and creaking around. No, so you want to spend all your jumping about years in a misery? No, thank you. No. Okay, number 5. If you all have gone from soulmates to roommates, the emotional love bond is lost and it needs to be found.
That's deep.
You are missing that deep emotional bond, okay, that a relationship needs in order to survive long term.
Yes.
Relationships do not survive happily long term without 3 things: trust, respect, and a deep emotional bond.
Yes. True.
And when they do, 9 times out of 10, somebody in it is miserable.
Yeah.
And if they do go long term, 20, 30, 40 years, it is generally because somebody is miserable. Because you can't have a happy long term one without those 3 things in particular.
No, somebody's going to eventually find a way to leave. If you got kids and they're grown up, they're going to leave the nest, and then that's when you're going to make your move.
Or they're going to quiet quit.
Or they're going to quiet quit on you.
They're going to stay in the relationship. Y'all will stay in a relationship miserably for 50 years.
Quiet quit.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Not no more. We don't do that no more.
Exactly.
No.
All right, number 6. If you feel like you have to tiptoe around your partner's feelings for fear that they might explode, you are being emotionally manipulated, and you are in a one-sided relationship.
Exactly.
This is where bad communication is really taking root in your relationship. Okay, somebody's not saying something for fear of something. It could be the guy. He's one of those guys that explodes every time you try to talk to him about something. Now you just whine a lot. You just complain a lot.
You cry, baby.
You cry, baby. All you do is cry and stuff.
I've heard that a lot.
It's ridiculous. I didn't even realize it. To be honest with you, I didn't realize guys say this a lot, but they're just proving it to be true.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad.
Yeah.
And it could be the woman too on her side. She gets upset and she just blows up.
Yeah.
There are women who blow up.
Yeah.
All right. Now, and the guy, you know, he may be the guy who wants to just keep the peace in the family. You know, and she knows this.
Yep.
And she uses this to her advantage.
Absolutely. And guys, and there's another side to that too. Besides the people that's blowing up and crying and throwing fits and all that, when people go silent.
The opposite.
Right? When people take the opposite approach, silence and not speaking what is inside of you to get it resolved is also poor communication.
Yeah.
Okay? Sometimes you do have to be silent. when there is somebody exploding all up in your midst, right? Sometimes you have to be silent, take a moment, but here's what you do. Before you go silent, you let them know. You say, look, I am not going to do this with you anymore. I will not stand here and argue and puff and fuss with you anymore. I have nothing to say unless and until we can sit down like two adults that I know that we can be and discuss our issues with one another and get them resolved. Until then, I have nothing further to say to you. You let them know.
Sure.
That I won't be saying nothing else to you until we can talk this out like adults. Sometimes people do use, there's a way to use silence, but sometimes people do use the silent treatment as a form of transactional manipulation. Meaning they suddenly stop something without explanation, and as soon as you give them what they want, then they start back doing what you want again. That is transactional manipulation.
Yeah, that's cold right there.
Yeah.
That's somebody who's kind of calculated. I mean, everyone's calculated in their own way.
Everybody.
Right.
Mostly harmless, right? But there are some ticky that do things in a harmful manner, knowing full well what they are doing, and they're doing it out of spite.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good place to leave it right there.
Yeah.
Guys, if there was something you heard, you liked, disliked, whatever it was, we want to hear from you. Drop it in the comments box below.
Yes, indeed. And if you would, if you could, like, and share. And please don't forget to subscribe.
And hit that notification bell.
Until next time.
Peace.